What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the CUFC YouTube channel. It's a little bit later than usual, just really busy with work at the current moment in time, and keeping up with the content can sometimes just be put on the back seat, even just unintentionally. You just, all of a sudden you've watched the game on Saturday and now it's Monday evening, but here we are anyway with Carlisle United, where we've had a couple of days to reflect on the game and to look at the game a little bit more through highlights and stuff like that. And I've got to admit, it's a good point against, again, another top side in the division. We got a point against Doncaster. This is a point against Crewe, two teams that at the time were third in the division. But it really also feels like 2 points dropped at the same time, from a Carlisle perspective, to say the least. Positives again to take in the game, to be honest, but also just again with Carlisle being their own worst enemy at key moments in the game. It was a good start from Carlisle United, to be honest, and it almost felt as if the goal came too early in a way, which is strange to say because you would take a goal at any point in the game, of course, but it just felt like we didn't go on from scoring. We didn't go on for, to get two, to get a third. We sort of sat back and invited Crewe on, and in that second half, Crewe really did come out in the game and were the better sides. And, they got a goal, which was a poor one from a Carlisle perspective, of course. But, yeah, I don't know what it is. I just thought we should have really went for more and really got at them after that first goal. Great to see Jordan Jones back. Lovely to see Thomas Hawley back as well, obviously, in a non-playing capacity, but great to see the big man back at Carlisle United. But great to see Jordan Jones back on the pitch. I thought he was a handful when he came on the pitch. Kadeem Harris was absolutely superb again. Really hope we can extend his contract when he comes up in January. Sam Lavelle, wow. I mean, I think a lot of people owe him an apology, because what an unbelievable season he's having at the moment for Carlisle United. Absolutely fantastic in that game. And we missed John Mellish, in my opinion, as well. Ben Barkley was concerning at times, playing a lot of misplayed passes straight into the Crewe midfield instead of finding that second man that maybe I'm not sure Mellish, I'm not saying he would get it right every time, but I'm not sure if Barkley got one right, to be honest. Defensively he was all right in the game, but the playing out from the back didn't really suit, I don't think. We missed, no, we didn't miss, sorry. What am I trying to say here? Cameron Harper, that's what I'm looking for in the midfield. Superb performance from him again, and playing out of position. He looked really comfortable in that centre defensive midfield position alongside Callum Guy. I thought when Callum Guy came off, Harrison Neal just is not a like replacement for Callum Guy. Callum Guy offers so much more than Harrison Neal can. Harrison Neal, for me, sort of looks like he's playing football whilst he's playing stuck in the mud, but he's constantly stuck in the mud. I don't know, he just slows the pace down for me. He's great in the tackle, don't get me wrong, but I think taking off a Callum Guy for Harrison Neal just didn't really work as well as he could have. I maybe would have brought on Dylan McGee off for Callum Guy. Dylan McGee obviously sits a little bit further instead of going forward like Callum Guy drives it forward. But I think a McGee would have been a like replacement there. Obviously, I know we switched it out with Cameron Harper, then went to right back. Then Cameron Harper came off and stuff. But I maybe would have just... I don't know. If Callum Guy could have played on, I would have played Callum Guy on. If not, I would have looked at Harper and McGee in that midfield. I thought that substitute was the only one that I was really concerned about, really. But into the game then, Carlisle, brilliant start from them. Really great movement from Harrison Neal early on. And there's loads of occasions where he was causing Crewe problems down that wing. And what I like about Kadeem Harris as well, if he loses that ball, he's straight back in to win it back. He loses the ball on the right wing, and then all of a sudden he's a left centre defensive midfield pushing the ball back. He's running back to make up for losing the ball, and that turn of pace is something that we were really lacking. Sorry. It's really great to see him and how good he is, and I'd say I really do hope we can extend his contract in January. But a great movement from him, winning the free kick. The free kick comes in, bobbles about a little bit. Sam Lavelle keeps the ball alive, and Sadie with the goal. Finally can say his name right, but Dominic Sadie with the goal. I don't think anyone in Brunsbach knew it went in until it actually bounced off the back of the net. Took took a deflection, completely misstepped the Crewe goalkeeper, and what a wonderful start for Carlisle, 90 seconds in, getting a goal, and it was going to be really interesting to see how we would react to keeping the lead, which we did excellently for 80 minutes. And then one very silly decision from two people, George Kelly and the referee, allowed Crewe to get back in the game. But it was good to see us take the lead, because I can't remember the last time we've took the lead in the game of football, to be honest with you. And another player that I really hope stays after January is Dominic Sadie. I've just got his name wrong again. But no, there is the talk that he might be going back to Bournemouth. They're going to recall him and stuff, and I really hope not, because he's one creative player in that team. He's a fantastic little footballer, and I'd really like him to stay, to continue the creativity, and hopefully keep pushing us off the bottom of the table, which we are currently out of the bottom of the table. But of course, Morecambe and Swindon both have games in hand. But Harrison kept causing problems on that sort of right hand side. But to be honest, the game was a nothing game. To be honest, it sort of passed you by, and we had a few let offs playing out from the back. So did Crewe at times as well, to be fair. But I thought Harrison Neal was really informing. As I said, Ben Barkley sort of rubbed me in that defence, sort of playing the ball out. And Carlisle were playing a very risky style of football at the back. The Crewe strike, I think it was number 10, the big lad. He knew what was coming. He was always seemed to be a step of the game. When we had a goal kick, he was always one step to the left, knowing we were going to play to the left. When it was a free kick, he was always that one step ahead, knowing where the ball was going to go. And that did cause the problems at times. He did get very unlucky, but it was Gabe Rees managed to clear it. I think he got a little nick on it. But that high risk pays reward sometimes, and there was some fantastic bit of football from Carlisle United, I must admit. But I do think, and I think Gabe Rees has got it down a little bit, but I think we need to maybe do it some more often. If there's not an option to go short, just go long, I think is the main thing. I think Gabe Rees understands that. There is times where he just goes long, but I think there's some times where, Gabe Rees plays it short to Sam Lavelle and we just kick it up the pitch from a goal kick. It's like, well, why can't we just do that from the start off instead of inviting the pressure on? But John Jones came on. There was a couple of good crosses from him. There was a great opportunity where there was a low cross, and the goalkeeper got down really well. If that goalkeeper didn't get a touch on that, it would have been a goal. With Kelly at the back post, there was a cross by Ben Williams, just a little bit too high for anyone, and that went over the bar. And then the tackle. It's come from a set piece. It's kept alive. Their players took the touch round. George Kelly's went to ground. He hasn't touched him. Let's be honest. We've all seen the replay, I imagine. There is no contact on the player at all. The player has dived. But, and I mean, I've refereed before. Pretty sure some of my audience have refereed when I've spoke to you. If you give the referee a decision in the box and you clearly don't win the ball, there's a decision to be made, and these give the referee that decision. The referees give the penalty. He hasn't got any contact on the ball. And from the referee's angle, there's a couple of bodies in his way. It does look a penalty. Obviously, on replays, we know that it's not a penalty. But you've given the referee the option to give the penalty without clearing the ball, clear contact on the ball. So it was a stupid tackle. And I do want to get behind George Kelly, but it's hard, isn't it, when he comes on the pitch as your striker and the only thing he's contributed at the moment is giving away a penalty to Crewe, which Crewe, of course, scored the penalty, no real problem there. And that really was the game, to be honest with you. As I say, sort of two moments in the game, our goal and the Crewe goal were the only sort of key moments in the game. It was a very nothing game, very pass-you-by game of football. And Carlisle United, again, a positive performance. I think we will be fine this season. Just need to put the ball in the back of the net. Who would have thought? When Dennis, Patrick, Gibson departed the club. If you said you'll be in League Two, how would you like the strike options of George Kelly, Luke Armstrong, and Charlie White? You would have been laughing, wouldn't you? You were like, what an unbelievable front three number nines that is. Luke Armstrong consistently scores goals at this level. Charlie White, you all know what Charlie White could do. Hasn't really clicked for him. Obviously, he's out with an injury. And George Kelly, we've seen him do it at Rotherham in League One and in the Championship. And, they're now our three number nines. And unfortunately, our most creative player is a lone player. But yeah, that's the thing. Carlisle United need to score some goals. What are your thoughts on the game? Let me know in the comments down below. But for now, I've been CUFC. Again, apologies for the delay in the upload. It's just been a very hectic few weeks, and work does, of course, always take precedence. But here we are. Thank you so much for watching. I've been CUFC. I'll see you in the next.
It's gotta go somewhere.